Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Judge to be probable. An approximate calculation of quantity or degree or worth. An estimate of what it would cost. Judge tentatively or form an estimate of quantities or time. I estimate this chicken to weigh 3 pounds. A judgment of the qualities of something or somebody. Many factors are involved in any estimate of human life. The respect with which a person is held. A document appraising the value of something, as for insurance or taxation. A statement indicating the likely cost of some job. He got an estimate from the car repair shop. Predict in advance. Have faith or confidence in. Specifically design a product, event, or activity for a certain public. Judge to be probable. Keep an account of. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. Judge to be probable. One of the elements that collectively form a system of numeration. Judge to be probable. Be or play a part of or in. Elections figure prominently in every government program. A diagram or picture illustrating textual material. A decorative or artistic work. The property possessed by a sum or total or indefinite quantity of units or individuals. The figure was about 1,000. A well-known or notable person. She is an important figure in modern music. Alternative names for the body of a human being. Imagine. Conceive of. See in one's mind. Language used in a figurative or non-literal sense. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. A combination of points and lines and planes that form a visible palpable shape. A model of a bodily form, especially of a person. He made a figure of Santa Claus. An amount of money expressed numerically. A figure of $17 was suggested. A predetermined set of movements in dancing or skating. She made the best score on compulsory figures. A unitary percept having structure and coherence that is the object of attention and that stands out against a ground. The impression produced by a person. He cut a fine figure. Understand. He didn't figure her. Predict in advance. Judge to be probable. A prediction about how something, as the weather, will develop. Indicate, as with a sign or an omen. Have faith or confidence in. Judge to be probable. Take account of. You have to reckon with our opponents. Expect, believe, or suppose. Deem to be. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. An approximate calculation of quantity or degree or worth. The act of bringing near or bringing together especially the cut edges of tissue. An imprecise or incomplete account. Newspapers gave only an approximation of the actual events. The quality of coming near to identity, especially close in quantity. An approximate calculation of quantity or degree or worth. A judgment of the qualities of something or somebody. In my estimation, the boy is innocent. The respect with which a person is held. They had a high estimation of his ability. A document appraising the value of something, as for insurance or taxation. Music, melodic subject of a musical composition. The accompanist picked up the idea and elaborated it. An approximate calculation of quantity or degree or worth. A rough idea how long it would take. The content of cognition, the main thing you are thinking about. It was not a good idea. Your intention, what you intend to do. The idea of the game is to capture all the pieces. A personal view. He has an idea that we don't like him. Judge tentatively or form an estimate of quantities or time. Be close or similar. Her results approximate my own. Located close together. Approximate leaves grow together but are not united. Very close in resemblance. Sketched in an approximate likeness. Not quite exact or correct. The approximate time was 10 o'clock. Judge tentatively or form an estimate of quantities or time. A measuring instrument for measuring and indicating a quantity such as the thickness of wire or the amount of rain, etc. Accepted or approved instance or example of a quantity or quality against which others are judged or measured or compared. Diameter of a tube or gun barrel. Adapt to a specified measurement. Gauge the instruments. Determine the capacity, volume, or contents of by measurement and calculation. Gauge the wine barrels. Measure precisely and against a standard. The wire is gauged. Mix in specific proportions. Gauge plaster. Rub to a uniform size. Gauge bricks. The distance between the rails of a railway or between the wheels of a train. The thickness of wire. An estimate based on little or no information. Guess correctly. Solve by guessing. He guessed the right number of beans in the jar and won the prize. Judge tentatively or form an estimate of quantities or time. Expect, believe, or suppose. I guess she is angry at me for standing her up. A message expressing an opinion based on incomplete evidence. Put forward, of a guess, in spite of possible refutation. I am guessing that the price of real estate will rise again. Judge tentatively or form an estimate of quantities or time. Pronounce judgment on. Form a critical opinion of. I cannot judge some works of modern art. An authority who is able to estimate worth or quality. Put on trial or hear a case and sit as the judge at the trial of. The judge tried both father and son in separate trials. A public official authorized to decide questions brought before a court of justice. Determine the result of a competition. A document appraising the value of something, as for insurance or taxation. The classification of someone or something with respect to its worth. An expert estimation of the quality, quantity, and other characteristics of someone or something. Make too low an estimate of. He underestimated the work that went into the renovation. Assign too low a value to. Don't underestimate the value of this heirloom. You may sell it at a good price. Make a deliberately low estimate. An estimation that is too low. An estimate that is less than the true or actual value. A calculation that results in an estimate that is too high. An appraisal that is too high. Make too high an estimate of. He overestimated his own powers. Assign too high a value to. Form a critical opinion of. How do you evaluate this grant proposal? Evaluate or estimate the nature, quality, ability, extent, or significance of. Form a critical opinion of. We shouldn't pass judgment on other people. Problem solving that involves numbers or quantities. The procedure of calculating, determining something by mathematical or logical methods. Problem solving that involves numbers or quantities. The procedure of calculating, determining something by mathematical or logical methods. Planning something carefully and intentionally. Problem solving that involves numbers or quantities. A bill for an amount due. Problem solving that involves numbers or quantities. The act of counting, reciting numbers in ascending order. A mathematical element that when added to another number yields the same number. A secret method of writing. Convert ordinary language into code. A message written in a secret code. A quantity of no importance. A person of no influence. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. Work out in detail. Find the solution to a problem or question, or understand the meaning of. Come up with. Do physical exercise. Give a workout to. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. Be calculated. The fees work out to less than $1,000. Happen in a certain way, leading to, producing, or resulting in a certain outcome, often well. A mathematical element that when added to another number yields the same number. A secret method of writing. Convert ordinary language into code. A message written in a secret code. A quantity of no importance. A person of no influence. Make a mathematical calculation or computation. The act of judging or assessing a person or situation or event. They criticized my judgment of the contestants. The capacity to assess situations or circumstances shrewdly and to draw sound conclusions. The cognitive process of reaching a decision or drawing conclusions. The legal document stating the reasons for a judicial decision. The mental ability to understand and discriminate between relations. Law, the determination by a court of competent jurisdiction on matters submitted to it. An opinion formed by judging something. He was reluctant to make his judgment known. The act of judging or assessing a person or situation or event. The classification of someone or something with respect to its worth. An amount determined as payable. The assessment for repairs outraged the club's membership. The market value set on assets. The act of judging or assessing a person or situation or event. The capacity to assess situations or circumstances shrewdly and to draw sound conclusions. The cognitive process of reaching a decision or drawing conclusions. The legal document stating the reasons for a judicial decision. The mental ability to understand and discriminate between relations. Law, the determination by a court of competent jurisdiction on matters submitted to it. An opinion formed by judging something. Usually preceded by, in, a detail or point. The condition of being honored, esteemed or respected or well regarded. A man who has earned high regard. An attitude of admiration or esteem. A feeling of friendship and esteem. She mistook his manly regard for love. Paying particular notice, as to children or helpless people. Usually plural, a polite expression of desire for someone's welfare. Give him my kind regards. Look at attentively. Connect closely and often incriminatingly. A long fixed look. Deem to be. Usually preceded by, in, a detail or point. It differs in that respect. The condition of being honored, esteemed or respected or well regarded. An attitude of admiration or esteem. She lost all respect for him. A feeling of friendship and esteem. He inspires respect. Regard highly. Think much of. I respect his judgment. Show respect towards. Behavior intended to please your parents. He went to law school out of respect for his father's wishes. Courteous regard for people's feelings. Out of respect for his privacy. A courteous expression, by word or deed, of esteem or regard. Be sure to give my respects to the dean.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.